right, good morning. I'm going to go ahead and get started because I need to respect the time of the court reporters. Excuse me. Hello? I want to respect the time of the court reporters who are here that have provided this wonderful breakfast for you guys on a cold, cold day. Give them a big round of applause. I'm going to let them introduce themselves, and I'm going to let them go ahead and start with what they would like to say, and then we'll go with the orientation as we progress through the morning. Okay?
Good morning, everybody. I'm Carol Castillo. I'm the president of the Bexar County Court Reporters Association, which is your local association. So once you guys all become court reporters, we're hoping that you'll become members, and you can become members now of the local association. What the local association does is, we try to provide like extra education for you to get extra education points. We do a lot of things in the community, as far as in the legal community and our regular community. We do a lot of volunteering, and hopefully this year we're going to have a couple of scholarships for some students that we look forward to you guys participating in, and just trying to create a lot of support for you guys too, along with our professional association. So that's who I am. So anyway, so welcome everybody. I wish you the best of luck in this semester. I know y'all are going to do great.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Jessica Butts. I'm the treasurer with BCCRA, and I just wanted to let you guys know that we are here for you. We are here as a profession together. We work together from start to finish, so feel free to join us, ask us any questions, and we look forward to working with you in the future.
And Jessica is a SAC graduate. As is Tanya.
My name is Tanya Thompson, and I am the former president of the BCCRA, and I did graduate from this school, and I'm very, very proud of that. We won't mention how many years it took,
No.
but we are so excited to see, I see Jonathan back here, and seeing so many great faces, some new faces. We need every one of you. This is 100% employment guaranteed, and the starting is just amazing. And we are right here for you, right beside you. I'm going to end up dashing out of here, but please don't be shy. That's the one thing you're going to have to get over, is being shy. So come help yourself to breakfast. Anytime you need anything, just reach out to us, because we are just a post or a text away. So never forget that. You're not alone, even if you feel like you're sitting here by yourself, just really struggling. We're right here with you. So welcome. We're so glad to have you guys. Thanks.
Hey Tanya, before you have to go,
Yeah.
I think it'd be really nice for them to introduce themselves to you,
great.
because some are brand new theory students. This is the first time we've asked the theory students to come over for the orientation, just so you kind of get a feel, because these wonderful ladies prepared this nice spread for you. And so would you just tell us your speed, what you're working on? I know a couple of the high-speed students are not here. One is sick and the other one didn't. She was afraid the roads were going to be bad, so she didn't venture out. But anyway, so Matthew, we'll start with you.
Sure.
Just so everybody can hear, and just tell your name and where you are speed-wise.
Well, my name is Matthew. I am at 200 across the board, and hopefully this semester I'll get some magic speed at 225 and be ready for the test this semester. Stay tuned.
Oh, Lordy.
No, that's okay.
I'm Tina Garcia.
You don't have to say how long you've been here.
It's okay, I don't mind.
Well, you had a little hiatus too.
I
so.
had a hiatus, I had a grandbaby born, but I've been here since 2013, fall of 2013. I'm at 100 and 120. So, that's good.
Okay.
Grandma.
Thank you.
See, grandmas can do this.
Yes.
Grandmas can do this.
So can great grandmas.
Great grandmas.
My name is Brenda. I barely got out of theory last semester, so it's like what, 20?
40, 60, 40, 60. Should be in the 40, 60 class.
Good.
Great. Congratulations. Okay.
Hello, my name is Marissa. I'm also last semester was a theory student. So that's what
40, 60.
40, 60.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Diane Flores. This is my first semester, so I'll be taking theory.
So she's new theory student, okay? Great.
Welcome.
And just to let you guys know, for the combination of the night, online, and day theory students, we have 30 new students.
Oh, wow.
Which is amazing. 30 new students. So it's really, really amazing. We will see the theory students tonight for the first time, and there's about 16 of them at night. So that's really good. Okay?
I'm a returning student. Well, I feel like a new student because I'm going to the day program. And so, sorry, my name is Caroline, and retired 25 years ago. So I'm going to return to day program. I've been stuck at 4060, and I feel like I need to move on. So I feel like I need to.
This is your semester, right, to move on.
Welcome back.
Yes, welcome.
Yes.
Okay.
Hey, how's it going? That's
Okay. All right.
Okay, y'all know if I'm up here taking it, right now on the machine, I can't hear y'all. Y'all gonna have to speak up.
Evans, what speed are you working on, huh?
I'm returning.
He's going to go
Okay.
back.
Gonna start and build on?
Good for you.
Awesome.
I did theory twice.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
That's awesome.
What was your name again? They didn't hear you.
I'm Leah here, and I am at 140.
Good.
Okay. All right.
I'm Katie, and I'm at 140.
Okay.
I'm Ethan Mosner, and I'm a new student.
And may I give you a little history on, and your girlfriend's right beside you, right? Go ahead. What is her name?
Casey?
Yeah. They are from New York, upper state New York, and moved to Texas, first of all, to go to Alvin, and of course Alvin wasn't accepting new students, so they came to see me last week, I guess, or a week before. Yeah.
So
And,
you brought the cold weather with you.
but we welcome you, okay? All right?
Sorry, someone else said it.
And she's new theory also, okay? What was your name again?
Susana.
I'm Kelly.
And a new student, okay? Back in the back?
I'm Ariana, I'm at 100.
And at 100, okay?
My name is Josh. I'm testing at 120.
At testing at 120, okay, good.
Michelle, and I'm at 80.
Okay,
And Reba, this is my first semester, and I just started with.
okay. All right,
Jonathan.
new theory? Yeah, okay, over here.
I'm Haley, also
New theory, okay. Right up here,
I'm Agnes, and
new theory, okay.
Veronica Portillo, and I'm at 80.
And 80, okay.
I'm Tanya. This is a second semester working on 46.
4060, uh-huh,
My name is Sherry. I'm at 46.
okay.
My name is Brianna, and I'm at
4060,
I'm Alexis,
Oh, you-
and I'm at 46.
4060.
I'm Dana, and on a good day I can do 30.
But you're 4060.
I'm Taylor.
Okay,
Taylor, 46.
okay.
I'm Kiki. I don't have a speed yet.
Yes, you do, you're 4060.
I'm Susanna.
And you're what?
I'm new.
Your new theory, okay. Well, just to show you what can be done, I have in my hand some money. And I want to tell you already that LaRosa Bryant won $100. Nicole Madrano won $200. Now this is by passing the 3 legs of the test, the jury charge, lit, and testimony in one sitting, like we do at the state test, at their various speeds. We had a gentleman who is a benefactor that promised $100 for each person that did that. And that is still going to be going on this semester also. Is Tyla? Tyla's not here. Tyla gets $100. Michelle Kelly is not here. She gets $100. Karina. She may be online. She gets $100. Is Samantha Reed here? Yes. Samantha, would you come forward, please? I haven't paid you yet, have I? Okay. Samantha passed 3.
Yes, she did. Hi, baby.
3. And the lunch is on her. Okay, Samantha, good. And Samantha is a transfer student from
Brown College of Court Reporting.
Brown College of Court Reporting, yes. And she's just come in and done wonderfully well. Reva Reba, come forward. One or two? One or two? One.
Unless you want to give me 2 minutes.
I'd love to give you, but I would be delighted to hand you this $100 bill, okay, for passing the test. Now, is there anyone that I missed that's not on my list? Joy, I'm not sure I got the latest too. Put your hand down. Okay, so I still owe some of these people money because they're not here, but that's quite a lot of money this semester that was available, so work hard, okay? Work hard. We keep a record of it, and we're excited to be able to do this, and this gentleman who is funding this was very happy with the results the first semester. Yes, we're going to continue that this semester. So it's available. Okay, now I don't know that we're doing it for the 40s. I hate to tell y'all that, but that's, I think we start at 60, right? When you get into the actual testing room. So 40 isn't going to count, but the 60s will count, okay? All right.
And you could easily get into the 60th room before the end.
Absolutely, absolutely. It won't take much to do that. Okay, so the next thing I need to tell you is our theme. You know, we always have a theme.
Are you ready to turn the camera on?
It's on. It's been on. I think it's on. It's like it's been running. Isn't it on?
Yeah, it's on record.
Yeah, it's on. It's been running the whole time, okay? So our theme is on the cover of a SAC pack. Now you 40s and 60s will not, when you get to the 60, you can start, well, I don't know. Where's Francis? Do you want them to work out of the SAC pack, or are you going to just do your own thing for 40, 60? Okay, so she's going to be doing her own thing. So the SAC pack really is not for you to pick up unless there's extras and you just want it, okay? This is really kind of our textbook, and it has the dictation in it that we do for the week. It also has some other little hints and things that I put in that I find from other places. So some good information in here. I don't mind you picking it up, but I would rather, if you just want to have a copy of it, it will be posted in Canvas. And Joy will talk to you about Canvas in just a few minutes. It'll be posted in Canvas, and you can download it from Canvas and print it yourself. That way you can kind of just print what you want. You don't have to print the whole thing. So save the printed copies for the students here on campus, all right? Is that a deal? So our theme is a little ladybug. Is that right? With the dots, is that a ladybug?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't even know what it is. But that ladybug is kind of coming down the end of a little twig of some sort, and the wording is, hang in there and remember it's always rough before the landing. All right? So hang in there and remember it's always rough before the landing. And you know, those of you that fly know that that landing sometimes can be rather bouncy. The second thing I want you to keep in mind is this little phrase, you've seen it several times, make it happen. Make it happen. You really are in charge of the progress that you make, of course with our help, but mainly it is up to you. You always hear me say, you have to practice. Practice is essential. Learn your theory well. For those of you coming into the theory for the first time, learn your theory well, and then just practice, 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 practice. And if you do that, you can get through this program quickly. We have had a student that got through in 50 weeks, that's under a year, but she lived, breathed, ate, dreamed, did everything on that machine, okay? Basically, she'll say she had no life for that year, but that was her goal, that's what she wanted, and that's what she did. Now, others of us have other things, we have families and situations and stuff, and maybe we can't go that fast, and that's okay. This is very self-paced, but we will never hold you back. When you pass your test, you can move on up. So probably those of you starting in 40-60 together will not be staying in 40-60 the whole semester. There'll be some of you that will go on up to the 80-100 class, okay? So when you get those tests passed and get moved, you'll be able to go. Now, those of you in theory will be with us for this whole semester, all right? But we'll get you up in speed as fast as we can. Remember that it's the present that you're living in over being perfect. I don't know of any human being here that is perfect. I think we get caught up in the fact sometimes that we have to make perfect notes, that everything has to be just perfect, and it doesn't. It doesn't. Live in the present, work in the present, do what you can do in the present every day, and practice, 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 practice. Make it happen. We are going to talk to you about Canvas and about the Wiki in just a few minutes. I will tell you that we are scheduled for a site visit to become an official NCRA school, recognized school, April the 19th. They will be on campus. So you'll be hearing some messages before then for everybody to come, be here, because they're going to want to talk to students. They're going to want to talk to faculty. They're going to want to see what we're doing and how we're progressing with everything. So April 19th will be the day, I think that's a Thursday, that the committee from NCRA will be here to do the site evaluation.
Does everybody know what NCRA is?
Does anybody, yeah, you may not know what NCRA is. You've already met the BCCRA, the local. There's also a TCRA, which is the state association, and then the NCRA, the National Court Reporters Association, is the national organization that covers the whole United States. And so it's very important that we get this recognition, get this accreditation, yeah. And we're working very hard. I've been working on it for about a year now, and so it should come. The site visit, as I said, will be April the 19th, and after that, then we should be recognized. And that means that we'll be in the journal and that they will recommend us for other things. And so it's just a really good thing to have. We are starting another A through Z class tomorrow night, and I think maybe 14 or 15 of the night students have come from that A to Z class. So it's a good way, it's a good handle to bring people into the program. For the very first time, we are going to offer a theory class in the summer so that we can grab those A to Z people. So we're working out the details of that because, of course, we have to make it match what the school curriculum is and all that sort of thing. So I'm working on that right now to get that to fit into the school box, which is not always easy. But we're going to try for that. I have the schedule. This will not apply to theory. Judy will take you all in a few minutes and get you started with your machines and so forth, but I do have a printed schedule for everybody else. So I'll hand those out in just a few minutes. But before they go, Joy or Cheryl, whichever one first, I need for you to talk about Wiki and to talk about Canvas. You will hear both of those terms, and you need to know what both of them mean, Wiki and Canvas.
He's sneaking away to catch him.
No, he's opening the door. He's being a gentleman. Yes. Okay, can you leave that for me, and I'll make copies of that for you? Okay. I can put it on the Wiki. Yeah, she'll put it on the Wiki.
Is there just one copy?
So to become a member of BCCRA, it will cost you nothing. Cost you nothing. It's free. But there's a form that you have to fill out, and we will put that on Wiki. Okay. All right. So you're going to start with Wiki. Okay?
Yes.
All right. Here. Let me give you this.
Okay. Okay.
Let me make copies of that. Oh, okay. She wants to do this. Thanks.
Oh, really? Are we still, can we see this? Yep. Do you want to be in it too?
Joy, is it Joy? Where's Joy? Is that on? It's not on.
Can't we see it?
It's not showing.
Where's the stick?
Where's the stick?
Right here.
Is it a stick though?
No, is it
Is it a stick? It needs to be pushed?
I don't know.
I have projects out there.
Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry.
We need to. It's a disaster. It doesn't even clean, but
Cheryl, it's only filming that, not you.
That's fine.
Okay.
But I'd like to be able to see the
Replacement is there.
in Cutter. That's the stuff. Guitar cutter. Yeah. And then he's there for a couple days, then he gets a flight. He'll go to Africa.
But even when he comes home, does he come straight home or does he go through that thing?
He has to go re-employment. 3 days. Yeah, they call it re-employment.
For how long?
It's gotta be.
2 or 3 days in Germany, but it's in Germany. So he'll go there.
Are you re-renting?
I'm hoping he'll be on the 27th because we have a big festival.
All right, here we go.
We pack it. It's at the Mason Lodge, the Mason Temple Lodge, you know, downtown.
Oh,
I don't know what it's called.
We ran out of copies,
They do it every year.
but the form is on Canvas. I'll show you where it is when I get up.
I don't, so, but my husband. I don't think
well, if anyone needs it, I don't need it.
Okay, send it to the vet. If you don't need it, if you're a theory student, you don't need it, send it to
Well, the
the
theory students
speed
will.
building people in vet.
Yeah, they will.
They will. Everybody will need it ultimately, but
But Judy can tell you.
I can take a picture of it.
you can take a picture of it. Good idea. And
Okay.
it is on Canvas. I'll show you where it is.
And I can make some more copies too if
We
I want a
can.
hard copy, but it is in Canvas. All right, I'm Cheryl Allen, and this is our wiki, and that is where all of our archive dictation is. Also, we use it for just announcements. The handout that you received and the handout that's in Canvas, which is our learning management system, will give you the web address for this. You can see if you're a theory student, we have all of our theory classes right here under the theory. Just click on there to request access, if it's working this morning. It's still on a bad weather day.
Is it not coming up?
No.
You're gonna find, sometimes this happens.
Usually it's pretty good about coming up, but
Okay, so there it is.
yeah, it's telling me that I need to request access though.
Because you're logged in as me.
That's
Because
kinda
you're logged in as me.
Oh, okay, so let me log in as myself if I
I
can,
had to log in to Canvas
You
as
did?
well, too, the weekend.
because I'd like to show you all of it. I don't want to request.
So they can-
Yeah.
Sometimes it's very slow.
But once you request access, the first time that you go to the wiki, go to it from the email that you'll receive from PB Works. Sometimes that email goes to your trash, your junk mail. Are you still logged in on the wiki as yourself? As you?
I didn't log out. But you may have logged me out when you
Maybe.
did what you did.
Let's try it from here. There it is.
I had to zoom it out a little bit here.
Yeah, it's really large right here. But you can use the bar down at the bottom to move it over. We can also see who's logged in. down at the very bottom of the page.
I'm logged in.
So I think you're the one that's logged in, and I don't know that you're
It shows
in
at
the
top
theory.
right.
Is it
Yeah, it's
still
her.
you, Joy?
Yeah, it's still her. Okay, so just a basic explanation of Wiki. It contains everything we do, everything. The theory is on there. The dictations that will be in the individual classes will be posted there every day. The extra classes that we do, like the legal terminology and the procedures that we will do, will have their own little section where you can go to every day to hear the recorded class discussion. So you can always go back on that anytime you want to. And then there's archived stuff from 2011, I think.
I think it even
I
goes
think
back.
2011. So you will never run out of stuff to work on the wiki, not ever.
And every page will ask you to request
Yeah,
access.
and you have to
Just
request
do
access.
that. It doesn't take very long. She gets right back to you very quickly.
Cheryl and I think Rick also.
We both can.
Can give you access. So it comes up on their phones and they will work with the access for you. So, be patient. It's not going to be instantaneous, but it should be within the day.
Yes. And remember, the first time, go to the wiki from the email that you'll get from PB Works once I grant you access.
Do you understand that?
Right?
Do you understand that? It's
I
important
think-
that you understand.
I think the most important thing is when you go to your dictation or to your online course on the wiki, is to go to it from the home page. Because as you can see, we have an announcement up there, contact Ms. Woodard for spring registration. If we have an important thing to tell you, we're going to put it right there. I might even put that application to join the local organization right there so you can find it easily.
And I know when we get closer to the site visit of NCRA, there's going to be some announcements for you guys, so just watch
Right.
that, okay?
There's also a new link on here for our library and references. A few of you have already requested access, but it is a work in progress. It's not finished
And the
yet.
reason we're doing that is one of the things that NCRA requires is that we do have a working library of sorts. And so we decided, and they told us it could be electronic, so we decided with Ms. Mallon's help to get all that information, Stedman's medical, everything that we can get.
And there's a list that they wanted on there. So I've started it, and there's a few active links on there already. The little home button will always take you back to that home page, and then you can navigate to other things that you want. Theory students, I know we have a lot of you in here, so if you'll just click on the theory. If you are in Mr. Zarati's class, Miss Eisenhower's class, Miss Irvin's class, they're listed right here, Miss Irvin's, Miss Eisenhower's, and Mr. Zarati. Just request access for the course that you are registered for. You can go to any of those other theory classes if you want to. They go back, I think, to 2015. There's a 2013 on there. Even a speed student, if you want to go back and review some of the theory, you can do that.
So are y'all clear about that? I want to make sure it's clear, because about halfway through the semester, I get this thing, well, I don't know what wiki is. I don't know where to go. So that's why we give you this orientation and try to explain it to you. So if you don't understand, let us know, because it is a little complicated at first, until you get used to working on it, then it's second nature.
Thank you.
Anybody have any questions about how to navigate that theory? Okay?
And then under spring 2018, these are just some extra things that you can look at if you want to. The number bar, a motivational video. The court reporters do have their own dictation page, and the link for that is right here. Our dictation will be under the second column.
Go ahead and click on that so they'll see. If you're in a dictation class, you'll see how the teachers are listed there. So you go to your instructor.
And you'll see that on the schedule.
Yeah. And so, yeah, you'll know who your instructor is. You'll see that when I pass out the schedules in a little bit. So you go to your instructor, click on that, and then they will put everything down that they've done for that day. Okay.
We have 2 extra classes this semester. It will be Miss Woodard's
Legal terminology.
legal terminology, and then Miss Irvin, your procedures class will be there. So they're not active yet, but they will be after I talk with them. Our testing, I'm going to click on that, and do you want to explain that, Ms. Woodard?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, this is our testing site. There is a notice there that says it's available from Wednesday morning until Sunday at midnight. Your test will be due Sunday at midnight. So from Sunday at midnight until Wednesday morning, there shouldn't be any student on that testing site. I monitor it periodically on Monday mornings. You might get a little message from me saying, I see that you're on the test website. Oops. Can you explain?
Oops.
Right. Usually if Ms. Gunther has given you permission or Ms. Woodard has given you permission to take a test after the Sunday at midnight deadline, they'll tell me. Sometimes they forget, so you'll just get this little reminder that you shouldn't be on there.
Okay, so you'll see the testing schedule. Now this is for everybody at 60 words a minute on up. When you get to 60, when you pass your 40 tests, all of you that are in the 40-60 class right now, Francis will give you your 40 tests until you get those passed. And then when you get your 60 passed, then you'll come into the big testing room, and I'm not sure where that's going to be yet because we have big rooms. 300? Yeah, maybe.
In 300.
Yeah, maybe. I think so. Okay. But anyway, all right. So again, the test opens Wednesday morning, and so everybody from 60 on up comes on Wednesday morning and tests. All right, you take your literary, you take your jury charge, you take your testimony in the speed in which you're working. All right, so let's say just for the 60, you'll take your speed for that. Go to, do you have it set up in category?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, go to week 1, and normally we would have started that today, but since we have a late start, we won't start testing until next week. So I'll make up a test for you somewhere down the road. But you'll see when you click on week 1, this is the way it's going to look. Now, Frances may put...
She is going to put her 40 on there.
Okay, she is going to put her 40 on there.
Right.
Are you? Your test?
Yes.
Okay, so the literary will be there, the jury charge will be there, and the testimony will be there. She will give you your preview words. We always give you preview words. So those are the proper names that you'll be using in that test. For the rest, for 60 on, where's the stick? Thank you. From the 60 on up, then I will put the literary preview words here, the jury charge preview words here, and the testimony preview words here. So what you will do, roll it up, please. What you will do is you'll find your speed, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, 140, 160, 180, 200, 225. The only thing that's going to be under the 225 will be the testimony, okay? All the rest of them, except, and then under the 200, you will not have a literary there, because the highest speed we test in literary is 180, okay? So on the 200, the literary will be full. The 200 will not have a 200 literary, but it will have a jury, roll it up please, up, no, down, whatever. Yeah, it will have, okay, the 200 will not have a literary, they will have a jury charge, it will have a testimony, and up to the 225 please. And then it will have a testimony here with nothing here, okay? So when you get to that speed, that's the way you'll find those. But, okay, now go on. Everything else, stop. Go say to the, you're fast.
I'm too fast.
Go to the 100, say, for example. Okay, so the 100, if you're testing at 100, you click on this, and you'll get your literary at 100, you'll get your jury charge at 100, you'll get your testimony at 100. Okay, is that clear?
But they don't all have to be at the same speed.
No, you may not be at that same speed. You may be testing literary 100, you may be testing jury charge 120, you may be testing testimony at 80. That's okay. You go find where you are. It's okay. You don't have to be at the same level each time. Does that make sense? Okay. So you just find where you are, what you're supposed to be testing at. Now, The pass rate has to be 96%, okay? But you do have to grade your test. So you come into the room Wednesday morning, Joy gives you a little bit of warm-up time, and then she'll say you may start your test. It'll take you 30 minutes maybe, not even that long. Well, really should take you only 15 or 20 minutes, unless you're at the high speed, to take the test. When you get through taking the test, you can take a little break if you want to, come back in and start transcribing your test. So you'll transcribe those tests, and then those tests are to be printed out and turned in within 3 hours. You have 3 hours to do your test. So now if you choose to do your test online, you have 3 hours, okay? We, of course, are not looking over your shoulder to make sure you get it done in 3 hours, but court reporting is such an honorable profession, and your word is your bond, right, Jessica? Your word is your bond in court reporting, right? I mean, you have to be professional, and you have to be ethical. That's part of it. Okay, so you have 3 hours to do the test. Now, it maybe won't take you 3 hours to begin with. It doesn't mean that you have to take 3 hours, but you have it. You have that much time. So pattern it. Maybe jury charge is hard for you, and so you have to take a little more time with that. That's okay. Maybe literary is easy. Maybe testimony is easy. And if you want to turn it in before the 3 hours, that's certainly okay. It's all right. But please don't turn it in until you have edited it very well. Joy takes your test after it's all over with. She gets your online tests also, and she grades those. And there's nothing, honestly, please forgive me, but there's nothing more foolish on your part to have a misspelled word on there. Really. There's really nothing more foolish, because you have every opportunity to edit it, look it up, you know. Now, you may not go back and listen to it. Please understand, you hear it one time. Ethics. You hear it one time. You take it, and then you edit it. But there's nothing that says you can't go back with the edit and look up things. Maybe you don't know the difference between a couple of words that are sound-alikes.
There and there.
Maybe you don't know there and there. Maybe you don't know your, Y-O-U-R, and your, Y-O-U''re. Maybe you don't know that. Check it out. Check your papers. Many of you have missed passing tests because of ridiculous errors in proofreading. I'm sorry, I'm just going to call it for what it is. If you turn in a paper with ridiculous errors on it that you could have caught, you know, that's just foolish. I just don't want to tell you. I don't want to put it any other way. It's just silly. And also, don't misspell a proper name that's been given to you. Oh, you laughed. It happens all the time. It happens all the time. Somebody, and there may be a unique spelling to a person's name. I will have it written up there. Please look at it. That's why it's written up there. If I didn't want you to have it, I would play RPR, which is the national exam, and I wouldn't give it to you. Okay, RPR does not give you proper names. But they're not as crazy about grading off for spelling either on proper names. So, you know, it's a kind of a catch-all on that. But we give you everything we can give you to help you. I just want to throw up sometimes when I look at papers and somebody's misspelled a name that I gave them. Come on. Hello? Good brains. Use them. Okay? Don't make silly mistakes. Because you may miss a test by 2, and we can come back and show you it was 2 errors that had you taken the time to proofread and edit it, you would not have missed that. I can't tell you how many tests people miss because of that. So that's the testing procedure. Those of you in 40 and 60 will be with Ms. Irving until you go on, and she'll explain that to you, the testing procedure and everything, so you'll understand how she's going to do it. The rest of you will be in the big room, and I think it probably will be 300. I have to verify that. And you'll come in at 8:30. You will get a few minutes to warm up. You will take your test. You will edit. You will turn them in.
I'm there at 8,
and
so
then you
can
go.
come in anytime after 8. At 8:30 is when I typically lock the door.
Yeah. So if you're late, sorry. court reporters have to be on time, right?
Absolutely.
They have to be on
Door at
time.
9 o'clock.
So don't come at the door at 9 o'clock and beat on the door and expect her to open it. She's just gonna look at you. Okay? You got to be on time, all right?
And that's for the sake of you who are in the room testing. You don't want to be disturbed at that.
Don't want to, we want to keep it as
I'm not
quiet
just
as
being
possible.
mean.
Well, she is, but don't.
I am.
That's okay.
That's
So
what
you
I
understand the testing, all right? So you understand how important the wiki is to us. It has everything you're going to need. Your dictations, reviews of the classes, archived stuff that will be there for you to go back to, and your testing procedure. Any questions? Please, ask now.
So, because I've never done the test.
No, I
before.
know, I know.
So like, we take the test on a Wednesday, and you said, can we get on afterwards and like look up the words maybe we don't know or anything like that?
No, but you'll get your test back after I've finished checking it. You'll get your test back. You can't go back to the wiki, but you can have your test back.
Okay.
And you can look at it from there. You'll have the opportunity to do that from the test itself.
Okay.
I have a comment. Joy, you only grade the tests if they're 96% or better.
No, if they're 90 or better, I grade them.
Yeah, if you have a 90 or better, she's
90%
great.
or better, it gets graded. Less than 90% that you found, you graded it and you gave it yourself a 90% pass rate, or your errors to speed ratio comes out at less than 90%, I don't regrade it. I will look it over, and with some of the newer people, I will sometimes grade it anyway. If it's 88 or 89, I will sometimes grade it anyway because of what Ms. Woodard was talking about. You may have counted something wrong that wasn't really wrong.
Yeah, because you may not know what
spelling
there
and
is.
that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So but if it's 90 or above, no matter what speed you are, I'm going to regrade your test.
Those of you in the 40-60 though, Frances is going to take care of you to ease you into the testing procedure, okay? So she's going to be responsible for doing that for a while, okay? Till, especially while you're just testing at 40, just starting out, she's gonna baby step you through it, which is okay. Okay, you need that. You need to have an understanding of it, and she'll be responsible for grading those 40 tests. After that, then Joy is responsible for grading the test. Okay? Then they get to me. Okay? Any questions about the testing procedure? Now, those of you in theory, Judy takes care of everything, so you don't even have to worry. Don't worry. Just do what Judy says.
That's right.
Just do what Judy says. She'll guide you through the whole procedure, and you don't even have to. Her tests are totally different. So it's not a testing procedure per se. It's just as you go through the lesson, she will test you, okay? So
for online theory.
yeah, and online theory will be the same way. All right, any questions about testing? Any questions about Wiki? All right, she's gone.
I'm back to the weekly testing, and we call it performance challenge. That's what the PC is up there, PC or the mock. And at the very top, anything that is underlined is an active link. So if you click on instructions, that was what Ms. Woodard just went over on how to take the test, how to grade the test. The cover page, which is what we have you put on top of your test
Can you show
before
it?
you submit it.
Yeah, you must print out a cover page to go on your test. So she's going to look.
There's a Word file that you can use. This is the PDF, so you can't edit this, but you could print it and just write down.
Can you show it?
If it's opening.
It's not opening.
It's trying. It's thinking.
Yeah.
It's still asleep, I think.
It's not responding.
Yeah, it says it's not responding for some reason.
Anyway, it's a sheet that you print out. You print it on the printer and just put it on the top of your transcript, and it will have each category and how many errors you made, what your percentage is, and your instructor will help you figure out your percentages. So don't worry about, I don't know how to do percentages. You'll find out how to do percentages. So that'll be individual instructor instruction. Okay, so don't worry about that.
I'm less concerned about them putting the percentage than they put the number of errors.
Yeah, the number of errors that you find.
The total number of errors is more important to me than I'll figure the percentage.
Okay, here it goes. Maybe.
It's trying.
Running very slow today. probably 9,000 people on it. No, I think there's a lot of people on it.
Everybody okay?
Uh-huh.
Maybe.
Okay. It's all right. It's all right. Sure. I'm back.
But I have the error percentage form on there
Okay.
too.
Okay. Go on back.
Usually it works like a champ. Sorry for this.
I'm sure there's everybody in college is on the internet this morning. Any questions while we're waiting for them? Yes.
Does PC stand for
Performance challenge.
Performance challenge.
We decided to stop calling it test because you say test and everybody goes, eh. But you're doing the same thing with performance challenge, so I guess there's nothing we can call it that's going to make it anything different for you. This sounds a little better for performance challenge.
Oh, I think it's actually the computer.
Okay.
It says it needs to have some updates.
Oh, okay. That's great.
All right.
Okay.
Joy, you ready for Canvas?
Yeah, so anyway, that's kind of the general thing about what Wiki is. Wiki is really our textbook as such, with everything on there you gotta do, all right? Now Canvas, whole nother thing, is our our learning management system, okay? Everybody has access to Canvas, enjoy, oh, there it is, okay. So that's the way it looks, that's the test form that you will print out and put on top of your transcripts, your edited transcripts when you get through, okay? So they're all there, all right?
I don't know why it's in 2 pages.
Because
That's all
it's that screen is zoomed out.
Okay. So anyway, any questions about Wiki? Does that just confuse you totally? Some of you maybe?
You have my contact information.
Yeah,
if you
you'll
want
have,
to.
and you'll have a chance to, when you have a chance to work with it, it will kind of make more sense. Theory people, don't worry about it too much. Judy will guide you through that. Okay, through the Wiki. You will need to know it, you will need to get on it, but it's not hard.
Let me log in as okay. But I've got to get there.
Now we're going to talk about Canvas, if we can get the computer to work. Does anybody else have anything to say? While they're doing that, I think I'll pass out the schedules.
Have you all filled out your BCCRA thing? 'Cause,
Yeah, if you'll do that real quick, Jeff.
Jessica can
take it and then.
Madam Treasurer.
She took me down.
Nobody there.
40 people.
So how's that? I just.
Pins on.
Yeah, I did.
And you think you can get on it?
No, I can't.
Okay.
It's just a network I can't.
No, I don't.
Anywhere.
I have no idea.
Hey, I don't know.
Thank you.
All I put was that.
Huh? Maybe I can.
Theory. That was the thing.
Yeah.
I just made up my mind. There's a couple of theories. Yeah. I got the
Right, so you won't need that. You don't need this schedule. It's for speed.
And I tuned it on your screen.
Wait, do I need to make this a place for you?
Never.
Okay, she just used that first line.
It's also 3 minutes.
Yes.
Right. You want to see it?
I know I can. Okay, if y'all can look and listen is ordered at the same time. When you're gonna go to Canvas, you start out at ACES. You log into your ACES account.
Okay, you got that? Go to ACES first.
Okay, and don't forget to check your ACES email on a regular basis because the school sends out notifications there. For example, if they're going to have the system down for maintenance, they're going to tell you through an email on ACES. That happened to us this past semester. There was a time when they were down for maintenance and some people had some issues because they waited until, and Sunday is a good day for them to do that. They waited until Sunday afternoon to do their PC, but had they been checking their email, they would have known in advance that that was going to happen. So be sure you check that email on a regular basis. Then when you get to ACES, log into ACES, you go to Canvas. This is a link, and the word Canvas is a link. Click it, and it should take you to the first page of Canvas. And it will, and it won't be this slow.
It generally won't be this slow. Very slow today.
This is what you'll see
Okay,
first.
listen, guys.
This is the class that you are all in. No matter what it says on your transcript or on your whatever class you're signed up for, you're all in 1259-001 on Canvas. When you go there, you just click on it.
That doesn't mean, don't get freaked out about it, okay?
Don't
It's just-
worry about who your assigned teachers are at
Sometimes y'all get
court
freaked out
reporting.
about
It
the
doesn't
numbers.
matter. We tell you what we're going to do. I mean, we tell you who's responsible for what as we go along. Then you're going to come to your home page, which is going to look very similar to this. And I'm going to go down here and do student view, or wherever it's going to let me do
Are
student
y'all
view.
with her so far?
Yep.
Okay. Be sure you are.
Okay, now I'm looking at it, I'm seeing the same thing you'll see. Okay, on the home page, you're going to see some text that you should read, especially if you're new. If this is your first year to do Canvas, you should read this text. It's going to tell you that there's a student quick guide right over here that you should follow, you should watch, and adhere to. It's going to tell you about the Canvas inbox. The Canvas inbox is where I send you messages, and I will send you messages very regularly, especially if you pass a test. That's where I'm going to tell you that you passed a test, and I'm going to send the test back to you there. And that's true for pretty much everybody, unless you come in here and absolutely have to wait around for me to grade it. I'm going to grade it and then send it back to you, even if you come on campus and take it. Okay, there are a bunch of you, and I have to grade all of you, so be patient with me. I will grade it as quickly as I can on Mondays. I may or may not get it submitted back to you on Monday. I will more than likely submit it back to you Tuesday morning. If you want to know whether you passed or not, you just absolutely have to know on Monday. Feel free to send me a message, and I'll say yes or no, but I probably won't get the thing scanned and sent back to you until Tuesday morning. Okay? And then go on and read the rest of this. And then, and by the way, I'm Joy Gunner. I forgot to say that. The assignments, there are announcements, and I put an announcement on here yesterday, but apparently the page wasn't published, so you didn't see it. Go to assignments, and announcements, you'll get messages. You'll get, once you get set up in Canvas, you'll start getting messages. When we send out an announcement, you'll automatically get it wherever you've got it set up. Show by type rather than show by date. See that? Show by date is the default. Click on show by type because we don't date our assignments. They're typed, they're not dated. So click on show by type. And some of these things are at the top right now that will move to the bottom next week because you will already have seen them and you won't need to see them right now. There's some sort of getting scheduled, and as soon as I get the copy of the schedule from Ms. Woodard, it'll be posted here. There will be an updated faculty list posted here. There's one there now, but I'm getting some little tweaks done to it because a couple of people changed offices this past semester, so that'll be updated tomorrow. We will have a copy of this video we're recording now. Will be included here. If you're new to speed building, there's some instructions here, and a lot of these instructions you've already heard, so I'm not going to go and show you what it is. They've already Ms. Mallon talked about it, Ms. Woodard's talked about it. It's just information that you need, but you can always go back here and find it again if you need it for any reason. The Wiki Access, the information sheet that Ms. Mallon gave you is here. The PC Mock How-To, and I've got some of these printed, and if you want one when you leave, take it. I'm not going to pass it out right now because I know there's not enough to go around, but it's also here. How to take a PC mock, it's what Ms. Woodard just discussed in a step-by-step outline form. The testing form, that's the sheet we just showed you, is right here, the one that's also on the wiki. There's a lot of things on here that are also on the wiki, but just so you know. There's a rubric for how to determine how you've done, a grading rubric that kind of tells you what you have to do. Basically, it says you've got to pass tests to be able to get a good grade in this class, if you're in speed building. But you know that's what you're in speed building for, so that's no big deal. Then there's some other information about degrees, and this is an older video that's still worthwhile looking at if you get a chance to look at it. There is an app in Canvas on your phone or on your iPad or whatever device you have. It's available either in Android or iOS form. Put it on your phone or put it on your device that you carry with you, and you can access a lot of information there. You can also get your messages there. And that makes it very quick to get your messages. I see your messages very quickly because they come to my phone or my iPad, and one or the other is in front of me almost all the time. So I will see messages almost immediately and reply very quickly to messages that come through Canvas, not through ACES. I will see the ACES messages, but I will see the Canvas messages faster. So use that if it's a quick turnaround that you need. There's just some other stuff here. There's an Eclipse contract here. If you are brand new to SAC and speed building, you need to do an Eclipse contract.
Yeah, and also, yeah.
Ms. Judy will take care of theory. If you're brand new to speed building and brand new to SAC, you need to sign an Eclipse contract if you're using Eclipse. Just know that it's there and you need to do it. I've also got some of those printed out over there.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
On the Eclipse, it's asking to renew.
Yes.
Then fill out a new
Fill it out
form.
again.
Then fill out a new form. If it's asking you to renew, then do so.
Periodically, they check to see if you're still a student.
They do
Okay.
that. And I know that happened to a couple of people this last semester,
Yeah,
but if
it
they
happens.
ask for it, just give it to them.
Yeah.
If they won't take your word for it, Mr. Hopkins, who's gone now, or Judy can help you. If either one can help you with Eclipse issues.
Yeah, because I mean, that software is free.
Yeah.
To you as a student.
As a
So
student.
they want to make sure that you're still a student.
When you're not a student
And when you're not
anymore,
a
they
student,
charge
you're
you
not
for it.
supposed to be using it.
There's also a copy of a practice sheet that we ask you to fill out each week, and my suggestion is you print it out, start on Monday, and start filling it out, everything you do.
Is that
Or
the
put it
same?
on your computer. You know, it doesn't have to be printed out, but however it's easier for you to keep up with it.
Is that the same thing as the practice log?
Yes, just keep up with it as you go. There's also a version of the Stent Ed Dictionary on here that may or may not help you. Now we're up to week 1. This is what you're going to see each week. You're going to see week number, whatever week it is, and you're going to see 3 things for you to do. The first thing is your SAC pack. That is the current week's SAC pack coming up. I will usually post it on either Friday night or Saturday morning.
Whenever she gets it.
As soon as Ms. Woodard sends it to me, and sometimes I get it on Thursday, and if I do, I may go ahead and do it Thursday night. But it will always be there sometime Saturday. I don't think we've missed a week in several semesters getting it there by Saturday morning. So that you have access to it over the weekend to start getting prepared for when you come to your speed building classes on Monday. Practice log, this is the same thing as practice sheet up here, same thing. There is a copy of it here, a link to it here. This is what we want you to submit back to us. This is the only assignment we ask for at all. We used to ask for several others, but this is the only one. This is a Word document. This is a PDF document. Download whichever one works best for you. After you get finished with the week, then you're going to upload it back again. You're going to submit the file. You have to submit the file.
May I?
And this is where you submit it. See this big blue button right over here is where you'll submit it. That means you've got to either have it on your computer as a file or be able to scan it to your computer, so you
Well, I'd
will
rather
need a
they,
scanner.
I'd rather they be scanned in, and here's the reason why. One of the things that NCRA is going to be looking at is what we require of you for practice. So that's why we have the practice log. That's why it's important for you to fill it out every week and give it back to us, okay? You understand that? Because they are going to want to look.
I don't need it until Sunday night, but I need to see that it's there Monday morning when I start grading Canvas. If it's not there, you're going to get an X, and then Ms. Woodard's going to get notified. Make sure you do it. It's not a complicated, and think of it as a checkbook. You know, you're keeping track of your hours. What if you're getting paid by the hour? Okay? After you finish with that assignment, then you go back to assignments. You go back to assignments. It's going, it's going. And the other assignment on there for week 1, and like I said, all this other stuff will be out of your way. You will only be able to, oh, I forgot to change the show by time. The only other thing that you will see the current week at the top each week, so you don't have to do all this scrolling up and down. The only other assignment for the week is your PC mock. And that's where, if you're taking your test at home, you're going to submit it there. It's got with it the information. You can take it on campus, and whether you're consider yourself online or on campus, doesn't matter. You can always come in and take the test on Wednesday. Anytime. Even if everything else you've done all semester has been online, you're always welcome to come in and take the test on Wednesday morning. If you do that, then you just give it to me before you leave, and you're done. I'll scan it back to you when I'm through checking it. If you're doing it at home, this is the form, again, that she showed you. This is the third place you've seen that form, so there's no reason not to know where that form is. There's a code of honor, if you're taking it at home, that just says, I promise I did this honestly. Sign it, attach it to your document, and send it back to me.
Which means you didn't go back and replay the test again. You only played the test one time and then transcribed it, okay?
There
Don't
are...
go back and listen to it again.
Right. And then when you finish, you submit. Again, you're going to have to scan that back to me. You're going to have to scan it to your computer and then submit it. And please learn how to scan to a PDF file. Please, please, please. And learn how to combine your PDF file. Sorry, that's my personal issue. If you want to know whether you've submitted everything, then you go to grades. And it will have your, and of course there's not going to be anything here, but it'll have either a check or it won't have a due date. It'll have either a check or an X. If you got a check, then you're in good shape. All those first things, there's not going to be anything to do. Okay. Does anybody have any questions about Canvas?
You just have to work with it.
I am only on campus on Wednesdays, but I am always available for questions. Canvas questions should come to me.
That's not true. Sometimes she's here on Thursday nights.
Sometimes I'm here rather than that, but you know I'm going to be here on Wednesday. Okay?
All of our faculty give 110%, let me tell you. So there, you can find us.
Yeah, you might
at
see
any
me
time.
you might see me in the dictation room on Thursday night. In fact, you will a couple of times. Probably I'll be there this week. Okay, no questions? Then we're good to go.
You understand it now. Okay, so you've got two things to learn to navigate: the wiki, which is not hard once you get into it, and Canvas, which is not going to be hard once you get into it. You'll have to play around with it. It's like anytime you get a new phone,
Just
you have to play with it, right?
Look at all this stuff and go through all of that. And if you have questions after that, just shoot me a little message right here. The message is nothing but an email.
Yeah, so Joy is the person that you deal with testing and Canvas issues, okay? She'll be the person that you contact. Ms. Mallon will be the person that you contact with wiki issues. Mr. Hopkins also has administrative rights on the wiki, so sometimes he can take care of it. So, and the rest of us are just here doing what we do on a daily basis.
And again, there's some handouts over there for some of those pages that we talked about if you want to pick them up when we're done.
Y'all have any questions? Nope. All right. The theory students, please go with Ms. Judy to the theory room, and she's got a lot of stuff to start with there. The rest of you, do you want to talk to 4060? 4060 staying here, do you want to? 4060 people stay in here. We're not actually going to do any dictation today, so you want to go in the room and work? You want to go in the room and work? Some of you need to get enrolled. We've got other issues.
So if you're online also, and you do not have a machine yet, you'll be going with Judy. Even though I'm your instructor for online theory, you'll need to go with Judy if you do not have a machine yet. Okay?
Okay. Yes, please. If you want to turn your apparatus.
311.
See, I'm so glad you're here. I was worried about you.
Just turn off the.
Yes.